Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Saima Rashid and today I am giving the presentation on the topic of blood-brain barrier. Our learning objectives are that students should be able to identify the structural components of blood-brain barrier, explain the importance of blood-brain barrier and mention its physiological functions and role of astrocytes, describe the circumventricular organs. Central nervous system. It is how it is protected. It is protected by skull, cerebrospinal fluid, CSF production. That is by the and in the during the for the CSF production, role of ventricles are important. Advantages of cerebrospinal fluid is that it helps as a cushion and it delivers the nutrients to the brain. Disadvantages are the hydrocephaly, that is a pathological condition. Now, the barriers of the central nervous system. Intracellular compartments, extracellular compartment of CSF, intravascular compartment. These are the barriers are the meningeal brain, blood, cerebrospinal fluid barrier and blood-brain barrier. History of blood-brain barrier. The blood-brain barrier was discovered in the late 19th century when the German physician Paul Ehrlich injected a dye into the bloodstream of a mouse. Surprisingly, the dye inflated all tissues except the brain and spinal cord, showing that there is a barrier that is existing between brain and the blood. Now, definition of blood-brain barrier. The blood-brain barrier is a highly selective semi-permeable border of endothelial cells that regulate the transfer of solutes and chemicals between the circulatory system and central nervous system, thus protecting the brain from the harmful substances in the blood. Structural component of blood-brain barrier. Endothelium with three structural features: tight intercellular junctions without fenestrations, positive pinocytic intracellular vesicles, relative lack of vesicular transport, abundant mitochondria basement membrane which surrounds the endothelium, pericytes with smooth muscles-like properties that reside adjacent to the capillaries, astroglial process, and sheet more than 95% of abdominal vesicle vessel surface. Blood-brain barrier. Most substances, nutrients, oxygen, drugs, proteins, etc. are carried into the cranium by the bloodstream, but most things cannot get from the blood to the neurons because of this blood-brain barrier. Physiology of blood-brain barrier. In the brain, endothelial cells are packed much tighter together due to the existence of zona occludens, tight junction between them, blocking the passage of most molecules. The blood-brain barrier blocks all molecules except those that cross the cell membrane by means of lipid solubility such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, ethanol, steroid hormones, and those that are allowed in by specific transport system such as sugars and some amino acids. Substances with a molecular weight higher than 500 daltons generally cannot cross. Role of astrocytes. Astrocytes projections extend to the walls of the blood vessels that are part of the blood-brain barrier and often completely surround those vessels. These projections called astrocytic end feet appear to play critical roles in the formation of the blood-brain barrier. They also seem to have multiple functions involving the maintenance of the blood-brain barrier and possibly the transient opening of the barrier to allow important substances to cross in special circumstances. Transporters of the blood-brain barrier. It achieves this feat by with the aid of multiple cellular transport channels scattered along the membrane. These include amino acid transporters, glucose transporters, nucleotide transporters, monocarboxylate transporters, iron transporters, sodium potassium ATPase pump that facilitate the transport of essential molecules. Functions of blood-brain barrier. The system allows the passage of some small molecules by passive diffusion, as well as the selective and active transport of various nutrients, ions, anions, and macromolecules such as glucose, amino acids that are crucial to neural functions. Blood-brain barrier restricts the passage of pathogen, the diffusion of solute in the blood, and large or hydrophilic molecules into the cerebrospinal fluid, while allowing the diffusion of hydrophobic molecules, oxygen, carbon dioxide, hormones, and some non-polar molecules. Cells of the barrier actively transport metabolic products such as glucose across the barrier using the specific transport proteins. Exception to the blood-brain barrier. Area of the brain that has chemoreceptors to detect toxins to get in bloodstream, the vomit center, area postrema, and a gland in the central nervous system that controls the several hormones. Drug interactions. Many drugs are unable to pass the barrier since 98% of them are heavier than 500 daltons. Hormones generally do not penetrate the brain from the blood except at the circumventricular organs. The blood-brain barrier is an effective way to protect the brain from common infections. As antibodies bodies are too large to cross the blood-brain barrier, infections of the brain when they do occur can be very serious and difficult to treat. Infections of the brain that do occur are often difficult to treat. Antibodies are too large to cross the blood-brain barrier, and only certain antibiotics are able to pass. In some cases, a drug has to be administered directly into the cerebrospinal fluid, where it can enter the brain by crossing the cerebrospinal fluid barrier. Medication dosing. Some drugs, for example, Prozac and Paxil, cross the capillaries to neurons easily, and some can slip through without transporters. This means that you can give a low dose, small amount of the drug to get a good response. But if a drug does not cross capillary membrane easily, then you have to give a lot of drug, high dose, much likely to get nasty side effects. Brain damage. Many types of classes of drug have a very hard time getting past the brain-blood barrier. So if you are trying to treat a disease that affects the brain as well as the rest of the body, the brain is especially likely to be damaged by the disease. Yes, they are like the AIDS or HIV. Most of the drugs to treat HIV infection and AIDS do not cross the blood-brain barrier easily. Circumventricular organs. Areas of the human brain without the blood-brain barrier. Pineal body, epiphysis, neurohypophysis, posterior pituitary releases neurohormones, oxytocin and vasopressin into the blood. Median eminence regulates the anterior pituitary through the release of neurohormones. Organovasculosum of lamina terminalis, a chemosensory area that detects peptides and other molecules. Subfornical organ, important for the regulation of body fluid. Subcommissular organs and area postrema, that is the vomiting center. Circumventricular organs. Permeable capillaries of the secondary circumventricular organs is area postrema, subfornical terminalis, vascular organ of lamina terminalis, enable rapid detection of circulating signals in systemic blood, while those of secretory circumventricular organs, median eminence, pineal gland, pituitary lobes, facilitate the transport of blood-derived signals into the circulatory blood. Consequently, the circumventricular organs, permeable capillaries, are the point of bidirectional blood-brain communication for neuroendocrine functions. Damage and injury, disease. The blood-brain barrier may become damaged in selected neurological diseases, as indicated by the neuroimaginary studies of Alzheimer's disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, epilepsy, ischemic stroke, and brain trauma. Effects such as impaired glucose transport, endothelial degeneration may lead to metabolic dysfunction within the brain and an increased permeability of the blood-brain barrier to pro-inflammatory factors, potentially allowing antibiotics and phagocytes to move across the blood-brain barrier. Thank you.